Rebecca Thompson. We are doing a special edition of At the Vested Bar. We are at the Campbell Apartments for a Vested Summer Networking Reception, and we are with Bill Wreaks, CEO of Gramercy Institute. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that financial communicators face today?
Well, there really are a number of challenges that are out there, and there are the smaller challenges that might include just the way people communicate and the way different communications are understood. But I would say, though, if we're really talking about the biggest challenges, there are two that come to mind for me. The first one is relevancy. The second is personalization, and obviously they are connected. To talk about relevancy first, I think we all realize how much clutter there is out there. And we are both victims as well as beneficiaries of the digital proliferation that is out there. And it is more and more difficult every day to get your communication through to your intended recipient. Now, there is value out there, and at the same time, there is real need, but where it gets a little mixed up or a little muddled is in the communication along the way, and that's because of the clutter. So I do believe we are on this, what I'll call a trajectory toward pure relevance. It gets tricky out there. Now, the second point is related to this first about the clutter and becoming a relevant message, and that is personalization. Now, from a technological point of view, we totally have the ability to become entirely relevant to intended audiences. However, personalization can be a spooky kind of thing. And so really the challenge is, where do marketers and communicators draw that line? And it's a moving target. Where do they draw the line between relevancy and personalization? And that, to me, is not only the biggest challenge, but the biggest opportunity for us as an industry as we move forward.
And how would you say that you've seen the industry change?
How have I seen it change? Yeah. Well, these white hairs used to be brown at one point, so I do have the benefit of hindsight in my favor. It has changed substantially. I joined this industry in the early to mid-'90s, and there's been, needless to say, a remarkable amount of change in financial services marketing and communications since then. I remember, for example, back when I was working for an agency, approaching JP Morgan and mentioning that it might be wise to put a URL in the bottom of your ad, to which then they told me that, that is just not something that JP Morgan is willing to do. So I've seen those early days, and I've seen the days that we're in now. And it has been a real exciting time and a monumental level of change. The biggest difference has been certainly caused by the digital revolution, but it has really enhanced what we do professionally, though, over time.
Yeah, kind of a perfect segue. What would you say the future of financial communications looks like?
Well, I think the future is very, very bright for this industry. I am part of this industry out of pure luck. In the past, financial services, financial accounts used to be sort of the red-headed stepchild of the marketing and advertising world. Nobody really wanted to work on that financial account. It's like, oh, please, I'd rather work on, whatever, Nike or Nestle or, But financial has really gained real prominence because financial itself has become so much more prolific, and it really touches all of us now. It is, as they say, it's gone from from Wall Street to Main Street, and it really touches all of our lives in a much more relevant way. That all said, I see the future is very bright in our industry. I see lots and lots of opportunities ahead. I think this notion that I introduced a moment ago about relevancy and that trajectory, it is a directional movement towards this point where marketing and communications are connecting with their intended audiences in a relevant way. And I see that as really the bright, shiny future for this industry. I feel that there's a couple of things that are enhancing that. Content marketing is certainly one of them. And the way that financial services marketers and communicators are engaging content to really use that as the wedge or the lever to connect with their intended audiences, I think we're going to see a lot more practical applications of content and content marketing in the future. So anyway, the future is bright. I'm delighted to be part of this industry and to be part of its future as well.
Bill, thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Thanks.